Okay, do you remember a woman named Monica Crowley? She's insane. And a good tip for how insane she was that when she was a young person, she reached out to Richard Nixon to be his assistant. What sort of mind, as a normal young person, would want to work with a master statesman war criminal?
Matt.
I don't think Matt would want to work with Nixon.
Sure he would.
Would you like to work with Nixon, Matt?
I'd be Nixon's amanuensis.
Okay. I stand corrected.
Why are you so weird?
No. I don't think Matt would actually want to work with Nixon.
Yes, he would.
Okay. Whatever the case
Both
may
wrong
be.
about Matt, including Matt.
All right. Well, but we do know that Monica Crowley did reach out to work for Nixon. Then she went on to become a sort of second, sort of like the Greg Gutfeld of foreign policy on Fox. Never a kind of main hitter there, but someone who could always be assured to show up to defend U.S. war crimes, bigotry, anything stupid. She also had her own radio show. And then she was tapped to do a PR or communications job for the White House and also, in fact, work for General Flynn. Now, she was the first sort of political scalp, a really irrelevant one, but the first one that people got out of the Trump team because she was also a rampant plagiarist. Now, I have to say, if you have ever read like right-wing claptrap like she wrote, the idea that you would need to plagiarize that it shows that these people have less respect for their fans than I do, which is a tremendous amount of disrespect because I have no respect for these people. I mean, it's literally like you can't come up with a different way of calling somebody like a wuss or something. Like you can't reformulate a sentence about the UN supporting like sex trafficking or something that you got from some website. You really need to directly copy and paste that. So that's who Monica Crowley is. But now we also know due to this clip that she's absolutely insane. So really, honestly, the administration should get her back because she fit in perfectly. This is, just to provide context, Brian Stelter, Stelter, is on a crusade against Sean Hannity, and he is playing a clip of Sean Hannity interviewing Monica Crowley. And Monica Crowley is going to make some claims about her plagiarism, and then Brian and I are going to respond to those claims.
After all of that, Crowley is back on TV. Hannity had that first interview with her. So did he ask her about the plagiarism? Watch.
So you were going to go to the administration. You got viciously attacked. I wanted to give you a chance, because you hadn't been out there publicly for personal and other reasons, to respond to this.
Well, look, what happened to me was a despicable, straight-up political hit job, okay? It's been debunked. My editor has completely supported me and backed me up.
Pause it.
Which editor backed her up? You know, you can't even find Crowley's book on Amazon anymore because the publisher yanked it from the digital shelves. There's no doubt she plagiarized. I mean, you can see all the examples. We just showed them, and you can look them up yourself by Googling her name. But Crowley told Hannity that she is the real victim.
In some ways, I was something of the canary in the coal mine. The attack on me...
Can we get this at a slower pace? Because it's so weird. I'm starting to see she really was a great Nixon intern. Can we can't play it at a slower pace? Okay, all right. I think that Monica...
In some ways, I was something of the...
Oh, it's not going to work. She has the same speech, though, as Richard Nixon. She was the canary in the coal mine. It was a political hit job because I couldn't paraphrase something that I lifted directly from the Open Society Institute. Goddamn liberals and Jews, Sean, and the Muslims. All right, keep going.
In the coal mine. The attack on me was a test. What happened to me, what happened to General Flynn, what has happened to Attorney General Sessions and others is all of a piece. There is a very dangerous and very effective destabilization campaign underway against this president, his administration, and his agenda. I am not overstating this, having been a victim of this myself. They are out for blood.
What Crowley called a campaign, a hit job, is what most of us call journalism. But Hannity does not recognize real journalism. He actively opposes real journalism. So rather than asking Crowley about why she plagiarized, he did the opposite.
I don't think you should answer any of these people's questions because they can go straight to hell. That's my you know how I deal with stuff. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
Real mature, Sean. But Hannity never used the P word at all. He never explained why Crowley really lost her job. Instead, he said that a mutual friend had debunked those unspoken charges. And that wasn't true either. This kind of stuff hurts Hannity's viewers. By trying to rehab his friend's reputation on TV, by bringing her back on the set without honestly addressing what went wrong, Hannity's allowing for really low standards. He should be encouraging high standards for conservative commentators, high ethical and moral standards to win the battle of ideas. But no.
All right. That is such an incredible piece. Like that closing clip of Brian is so delusional that it almost distracts me from Monica Crowley and Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity should be if Sean Hannity was promoting those standards, Sean Hannity wouldn't have a career. Sean, but I do have to say, Sean, you say you train in MMA and you have no problem tearing into Cher's daughter on Twitter, but where are you? Stelter's coming at you.
Will Sean Hannity respond? I don't think he will. I think he's too shook.
I think he's shook. I think he's a punk. And I think that Brian's call for him to support ethical arguments is probably really cut him to the core. Sean, ethical, honest argumentation, are you going to let that go? You better take Stelter out. Back to Crowley for a minute. Of course, and this should go without saying, this is quoting now from the Business Insider. They did this right up after that great appearance. In simple terms, the stories published in January that chronicled the plagiarism Crowley committed in portions of her 2012 book, What the Bleep Just Happened, and her 2000 doctoral dissertation at Columbia were not debunked. CNN found more than 50 examples in her book.
Debunked.
Which HarperCollins, its publisher, stopped selling after the report. The news outlets reported that the book contained no bibliography. She is the perfect Republican pundit and perfect Republican. She should be at the top of Republican politics because that's all they do. They project, blame, and delude. So there's nothing she's doing here that's wrong from the perspective of a Republican pundit. But Sean, you've been served by Brian Stelter. He's really upset.
Stelter just cucked him.
Stelter totally cucked him.
Hey folks, Sam Seder here. Donald Trump can kiss all of our asses. And one way he can is by you subscribing to this channel. I don't know how that works.